this is Momofthreepossible here. Thank you for coming back. By popular request, I am going to go over how to make some of our Ghanaian dishes healthier by using healthier portions of things. I think back in the day, I believe that part of the reason why most of our dishes are really greasy with lots of oil, lots of salt is because there probably was not a lot of refrigeration or things to store. So the oil and that extra grease was to preserve the food, and maybe the extra salt was to preserve the food. But back then too, they did a lot of moving around, they did a lot of walking, they did a lot of hunting for their foods. But now things are not like that. And so we cannot expect to cook our foods with the same amounts of oil and salts and other unhealthy things while living this kind of modern lifestyles that we have. It does not match our lifestyle. So to make our foods more healthier, we need to cut down on some of these things because we have refrigerators that we can keep them in and they're not going to go bad. So we don't have an excuse for using that overly excessive amount of oil or salt. So I'm going to actually be cooking in Nkontomire today. I'm going to be cooking Kontomire, proper Kontomire for you guys, and kind of teach you, basically the salt levels and the oil levels and kind of the modifications that I make to make it a little healthier for me. And for my ingredients today, by now, Nkontomire dada. For 1 cup, for 2 cups. I'm just basically going to show you what I'm going to use. I have my Nkontomire here. I have my Kontomire here. I have my onions. I have my pepper here with some garlic already blended into it. I have my tomatoes. And I'm going to be using stewed beef for this actually. Makes it easier. And I am basically going to do the stew part. I have my palm oil here. And I will be bringing out my olive oil as well because I'm going to be modifying how much oils I'm using. And this was supposed to be my apem, America apem, meton enra, abre minim apem cry, chrome hanusi, America apem and I'm what sure mohosa, sisia meto apem na bre. So adane koko, we will eat it like that. You be di koko ne Nkontomire proper. So Mr. Trump will buy no apem for abaso. Trump will buy will be abaso. So apem is going to be our right plantain today. And so stay tuned and I will be going through the modifications. Again, if you're liking my videos, don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications of my newer videos. And don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you're liking this video so I know to make more videos like this. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. So here we go with our oils. I know we all love the taste of our palm oil, right? And palm oil, just like anything in moderation is going to be okay. I am not going to use all of my oil. I'm making all of it palm oil. Hey, Mr. Mo, why unim enwa enda to be brain na mi here enwa enda. Why enwa ube to me Trump laws no. So I think I turned on the wrong one, but whatever. So I use basically 2 tablespoons of my palm oil, and most of the rest of my oil is going to be olive oil. So any oil that at room temperature is not going to be hard. I love going for olive oil. I guess it will help to open this. So any oil that is sort of healthier, it's not hard at room temperature. You can use coconut oil, you can use olive oil, canola oil. Those are all fine, and you don't need a lot of oil. And so basically, this is the amount of oil that I'm going to be using for my whole pot of Nkontomire. Most of it is my olive oil with about 2 tablespoons of palm oil. Okay. And it looks as if it is not enough oil. But trust me, once you put everything in here, your seasoning, you put everything in here, it is going to be plenty of oil. And you'll see the product of it later. And for seasoning my meat, I buy lots of, seasonings that do not have salt in them already. Because again, too much salt, we're worried about our blood pressure. You hold on to too much water, you feel bloated, it makes you seem like you're bigger than you are, or it seems like you weigh more than you actually do when you eat too much salt. So I use a lot of no salt, no added salt in my seasonings, and I use this is my onion and garlic. I use lots and lots of natural seasoning. Onions and garlic, just put lots of it in here and it will taste good. You do not need all that MSG, which is the monoglutamate sodium, which you find in our Maggi cubes. Some of them maybe, some of them don't have it. But most of these flavor enhancements, the A1, always check to make sure that it does not have that monosodium glutamate. Which makes things taste good, but it's going to hurt you at the end of the day. If you make your food like this at home all the time, your family will get used to the taste, you will get used to the taste, and when people know this is how your cooking is, they're gonna have to suck it up and eat what you make when they visit you. If it's not a lot of salt, they can bear with it. They will realize that it can taste just as good, and actually you can influence people to start doing the same things as you. Obami fina said and you have now be the diame baby ko opa or that Chinese food and you me feel now be the diame or na umpe dia na sister obana o de wadiane na. All right, so here is my oil. We're gonna just basically add a little more onions to it. I'm gonna make it kind of a small pot here, and if you have this amount of oil in here and you are eating about a serving of kontomire every time you eat with your Ampesi, you will realize that you will be eating the right amounts that you need. And again, another technique that was used back in the day was to, then all the nutrients will be out of the food and you don't really get any good nutrients out of the food. And denti ano omuchimune say, eduane ne say one chimu cha. Kind of like when they're making shit, all right? Because you're fan shit fridge. But now say a fridge will we. Oh, you want your nutrients because that's what is going to protect you from all these diseases at the end of the day. Oh, and here so bechimu bebre babrai. And here crap. Oh my gosh. And I have some peppers, some garlic, and I wouldn't use too much because me feel halfway. Almost said then Charlie, subtitles no, not my bread subtitles no. My cambrofo. I always think in terms of Chinese for Spanish for. They speak their own language and nobody forces them to speak English. So why do we always have to feel like we always have to speak English for everybody else to understand? It is a language and it is dying. We need to bring it back. Enti brofo ma ka brofo a me brofo kakra me wo me ko e ne de duane to fioma nya hwe fiefo ne bedi ma ka brofo abre ma bre ne brofo me ko ejuma brofo me be fia na brofo aden ma bre me ka me prom kasa o hwe na won te ase na wo hwe na wo ko. Oh my gosh. All right, So I'm going to leave the stew to kind of cook a little bit, but just to cook a little bit for a little while, and I will leave my meat to cook for a while. And again, for what? Nutrients, and just a little bit of salt. Not too much, because it is going to taste good. If you put your natural seasonings in it, it's going to taste good. You can put any kind of seasoning that you prefer. You can put whatever, ginger, rosemary, all that. But I basically like garlic, ginger, onions in my local stews because I don't want to alter the taste too much. So I'm going to wait for my meat to cook and wait for my stew to cook, and I will start working on my apem, abuchi apem. So stay tuned. The food, I will come back when it is almost done. Add in my kontomire, and you will see my apem and my boiled egg all ready to go. And so this is my egusi, and how I make it now is, before I used to sijaso na angwa bebre usengu bebre na machesa ebebobo. But what I do now is I just take a little teaspoon of olive oil. I make the egusi into like a kind of a tough consistency, you know, not too soft, and just a little bit of oil. It is pretty hardened, kind of like that, and I kind of mix it with the oil, and I microwave it for about 2 minutes or so. And then once it is all mixed up with that little bit of oil, I put a paper towel or any paper napkin on it. I have sort of stopped using all plastic in the microwave because the chemicals get in the food. Again, it's about fitness, healthy living, and so we have to be mindful of all these things. All right, so my stew, you can see that it's not really greasy, but it is ready to get other things added. Just adding a little salt here to taste. Not too much salt, because I already put salt in my stewed beef. And my stewed beef, no need to fry it. There is definitely no need to do that. And because I didn't add too much salt to the beef, the stock that I drained from it, is not too salty. There's a lot of beef in here. Again, protein, vegetables, not too many carbs is going to be the goal. And I have my Ampesi and my boiled egg here, and that will be it'll get ready in just a little bit. So I'll just let this stew soak in the beef a little bit more, and I will be adding my Nkontomire and my egusi that I showed you all how I prepared that. Let me use the same spoon here. So if you see, this is the egusi that I put in the microwave. It comes out really hard, and you can just kind of part it just however you want it, and it will be, you know, big chunks in your stew, and you will be ready to go. So now my spinach is ready to go in. And once this tastes just like any other kontomire stew that you will see anywhere. And I will add my egusi in just a little bit after the spinach kind of cooks a little bit more. Alright, so I have my egusi that I made in the microwave, and again, you just make it in big chunks because now it's pretty much cooked. If you try to make it on the stove in oil, or some people put it straight in the stew, but because there isn't so much oil in this stew, I'm not so sure how it will come out if you put it straight in the stew to cook. That's why I cook it on the side in a microwave, and then just do little bits and put it in. Our egusi, it will be ready after I let it sit just for a little bit so that it will soak in some of the juices in here. And what I am going to do now, I'm going to check on my Ampesi. Ooh. Looking good. I don't know what happened to my eggs, but it's in there somewhere. Alright guys, and voila, here is our Nkontomire and our Ampesi. If you're liking this video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, give me a big thumbs up to like this so I know I should make more videos like this. And again, put your comments down below and put any questions that you may have right down below for me. And thank you so much for watching. So this is our final product. I have my Ampesi here, and just to sort of demonstrate how I will portion out this, if I am eating Ampesi with some spinach stew, I basically will go like that. Sometimes even just 2, but let's say I want to go a little overboard today. I'll go maybe 3. And here is the kontomire. It is not greasy. You saw the amount of oil that I used, and so this is all just pure healthiness. And my egusi I cooked in the microwave. I will have about this much. There's a lot of protein in here, and so what I'll do is, because I have so much protein in here already, I will just do 1 egg to go with it, and this will basically be my dish for the day. Just like this, and I will be ready to eat. Johnny healthy, don't you? Mr. Johnny, yeah, dead. Baby. Why are you there? Am I healthy or not? Try to picture fabric, right? Johnny, yeah, dead. This one, you can sleep. So it's why you're healthy. Next time, if you owe a request to be at, now, dear mommy. I'm a my mom. Why? Diani ada. Mayana justice. Nasa. Mko dina serious video di dia nyefe. Me raba. Miko wesere guess. Bye bye. Thank you all for watching. This is Momofthreepossible, and know that you are all possible and you can do anything that you put your mind to with the help and grace of God. Thank you. Thanks for watching.